Hey everyone! Welcome to another exciting episode of Rabbit Tales. Today we're diving into something absolutely mind-blowing. Scientists have created a computer that's made with real human brain cells. Can you believe it? I'm your host, Noelani Kite, and I can't wait to tell you all about this incredible invention that's changing the way we think about computers and brains. Have you ever wondered what would happen if we could make a computer that thinks more like a human? Well, that's exactly what some very clever scientists have done, and I'm going to break it down so everyone can understand just how amazing this is. Let me tell you about something really cool called a synthetic biological intelligence. Imagine if you could take teeny tiny pieces of brain cells, the same kind of cells that help you think and learn, and place them carefully on a special computer chip. Well, that's exactly what scientists have done. Think of it like building the world's smallest Lego set, but instead of plastic blocks, they're using actual living pieces from human brains. These cells are so small, you'd need a super powerful microscope to see them. But they're doing something incredible. They're working together, just like they would in a real brain. When these tiny brain cells connect with each other on the special chip, they create what scientists call a synthetic biological intelligence. It's kind of like making a miniature brain that can learn new things and solve puzzles. The amazing part is that these cells actually grow and change as they learn, just like how your brain grows smarter when you learn new things at school. The way these biological computers work is pretty fascinating. Scientists start by growing special brain cells in their laboratories, kind of like growing a plant, but much more delicate. These cells are so tiny that hundreds of thousands of them can fit on something smaller than a penny. They place these tiny brain cells onto a special plate that has super thin metal wires running through it. These wires are thinner than a strand of your hair. The plate helps feed the cells and keep them alive, just like how your body takes care of the cells in your brain. Here's the really amazing part. Once these cells are on the plate, they start reaching out to each other, making connections just like the cells in your brain do right now. They create tiny bridges between each other, like building millions of microscopic highways. Through these connections, they can send messages back and forth. The scientists can then teach these cells new things by sending tiny electrical signals through the metal wires. When the cells get these signals, they learn to work together to solve problems. They can even change their connections to get better at solving these problems, just like how practicing math makes you better at solving equations. You know how your regular computer or tablet needs to be plugged in and uses lots of electricity to work? Well, this new biological computer is totally different because it uses actual living brain cells instead of the metal and silicon parts found in normal computers. That's right, it's partly alive. Think about when you're learning something new, like riding a bike or playing a video game. Your brain naturally figures out the best way to do it, and it doesn't need huge amounts of energy to learn. This biological computer works in the same way. It uses way less power than regular computers, about as much as a small light bulb, but can learn things super quickly. The most incredible thing about this computer is that it can change and grow over time, just like your brain does as you learn new things. Regular computers can only do exactly what they're programmed to do, but this biological computer can adapt and figure out new ways to solve problems, just like you do. It's like having a tiny brain that's always ready to learn something new. One of the most exciting things about this biological computer is how it can help make people's lives better. You see, when scientists want to study diseases that affect the brain, like Alzheimer's, they usually have to do lots of tests on animals or wait a really long time to see if new medicines work. But with this new technology, they can study these diseases much faster and in a way that's more like how they would affect a real human brain. Think about it like having a practice brain that scientists can use to try out new medicines without having to test them on people or animals first. They can see exactly what happens when they try different treatments, which means they might be able to find better ways to help people who are sick much more quickly than before. But that's not all. This biological computer could also help make robots much smarter. Instead of just following simple instructions like regular robots, these new robots might be able to think more like humans do. They could figure out new ways to solve problems and even learn from their mistakes, just like we do. It's kind of like giving robots a tiny piece of a human brain to help them understand the world better. Scientists could use this technology to solve all sorts of tricky problems in ways we've never thought of before. They might even find solutions to problems that regular computers just can't figure out. Wow, what an incredible journey we've been on today. We've explored how scientists have created a computer that actually uses real brain cells. It's like something straight out of a science fiction story, except it's happening right now in real laboratories. You know what I love most about this? It shows us that there's always something new to discover and learn about. Just when we think we know everything about computers or the human brain, scientists come up with something that completely changes the game. I hope you're as excited as I am about what this could mean for our future. Maybe one day, these biological computers will help doctors find cures for diseases faster than ever before, or help create robots that can think in ways we never imagined possible. Remember, every big discovery starts with someone asking, "What if?" and then working hard to find the answer. Who knows? Maybe some of you listening right now will grow up to be the scientists who take this technology even further. Thanks for joining me on Rabbit Tales to explore this amazing breakthrough in science. I'm Noelani Kite, and I'll catch you next time for another exciting story about our wonderful world.